Corruption's the worst.
What's up, everybody?
You know what I mean. And I just wanted you to know
kind of recording this during the cutscene
how everything
itself,
has turned out, and I just think you're really killing it.
For that. I'm watching this live. Haven't done that in a while, but I'm just letting you guys know that
you know what, Grace?
Watching
it actually is
the
really good to finally talk to you. I have been a massive fan for so long. You are such an inspiration for what you do and what you've done for this league. You've just taken it by storm. And I plan to take the Star Wars division by storm. And I know I might have been on the wrong faction last year, but this year I'm able to just shine and do what I do. And I have you to thank for that. So, thank you. I am so glad that I finally saw the light, and it has been an absolute pleasure to speak with you today. It appears that greatness has come for both of us this year.
You know, you are so welcome, and I couldn't agree more. I'm so glad we got to have this talk today.
Me too, Grace.
We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, that's a rare sweet side of Grace. Right, well, as you may have already guessed, I'm here watching the pay-per-view live. Something I don't do quite as often, but, well, today I just had the time and the chance. Here I am. Obviously, as you can see, I'm supporting Corruption in the first match here, but it'll be tough to go against Danger Zone right now. Hold on, let me just grab my
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. It is Battlefield. It is a pay-per-view, and what a proper name for tonight's event. Battlefield, it is. There are no Star Wars matches tonight, but we're always welcoming to Boba Fett and Luke Skywalker. But we are
always
in a #1 contender match tonight, a titles match tonight, and it's all about teams. It is all about teams. Look at that. Look at this lineup. Look at this lineup.
This is
the main event for the team's title.
To watch live,
Shazam,
so that you
going up against the reigning Movie Trivia Schmoedown team's champion, Jeff Snyder, and someone from his faction.
Ooh.
The option was that Snyder said, hey, you know what? Pick anybody. Pick anybody from the league. And Shazam said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to let you pick. You pick someone from your faction. Mark and I have no idea who the hell's going to be on it, but that's the main event, Mark. Hello, Mark Ellis. How are you, and how are you feeling about this crazy, crazy event thus far?
What a pro you are, Christian Harloff. Yes, it is Baby Carrots from the road, from Fredericksburg, Virginia, and I could not be more excited to be joined by two of my best friends for this matchup and two epic, titanic, gargantuan events all in one pay-per-view thing that's going down right now, Christian, because look, you look at that headlining match, and that is the big question, is whose face is going to appear in that question mark. As of right now, I think I can speak for you. I have no idea who Jeff Snyder is teaming up with. That's probably the president's call, and I don't run in those halls. So I think maybe at least you'll know when you introduce them, but until then, it remains a mystery even to you and me. It could be Frank Gorshin for all we know. But that is only one match tonight. This undercard. You call it an undercard. We had two of the greatest teams featuring four of the greatest movie trivia competitors that we've ever seen in any division that are going to square off tonight. First off, I mean, come on. You talk about Danger Zone and them leading the dungeon to the #1 ranking in the faction standings currently with Ben Bateman and Dan Murrell. And then you look at Team Corruption. And so, let's be honest. I think even Shannon Barney, the queen of Corruption, would admit that the year started out a little rocky. They're looking to take that sad song and make it better by Juding their way to a team's belt. Will they be able to take another step towards that? We're about to find out.
Yeah, Mark, there's so much history with all four of these players. You look, first of all, Corruption, the team of Mike Kalinowski and Chance Ellison, they're two-time team champions. And they've been champions before, and one of the ways they took those belts was against Dan Murrell and John Roca. They took the titles off of them, and Dan Murrell and John Roca took the titles off of them. There was a lot of battles. They had 4 battles, and Corruption won 3 of those battles. So in teams, the team of Mike Kalinowski and Chance Ellison have gotten the better of Dan Murrell. However, on the other side of that, his new partner, Ben Bateman, has gotten the best of Corruption as a whole. He beat them with Deception. He beat Dan Murrell, beat the team of Deception. They beat that team of Stacey Howard and Tim Franco, and they beat Corruption in the Anarchy tournament. That is Who's the Boss did, him and Mark Riley. So there's that. Mike Kalinowski is coming off of a big title win last week against Mark Konopik from the dungeon. He is now a 5-time overall champion, only one behind the 6-time champion in Dangerous Dan Murrell. So he's trying to get to that title match. Dan Murrell has 6 titles at the moment. He's got 6 titles at the moment, and Kalinowski has a total of 5. So this is it's a lot, and they're building up to try to get to that title shot. Whoever wins the big main event here tonight, these teams, one of these teams will get the winner. This is going to be a massive, massive battle, and there is no love lost. There's a lot. Chance Ellison looking to become the youngest 3-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown Teams champion. Should he get past them here tonight? He's had the better of Dan Murrell in his team's career. And there's just so much smack talk happening already. You saw what happened on Backstage last week, where Ben Bateman knows what he's doing, calls the team of Corruption one of the most overperforming teams of all time. Mike Kalinowski fires back on Twitter. They start going at it, just like they did in the past. There's so much history here. There's so much bad blood, and I can't wait for it to start.
I like that idea.
Yeah, Christian, you just said all those very nice things, and you've proven your worth in the Schmoedown, but I put together a little something in iMovie that could have just told everybody that in visual form. And while I do my Southern drunk lawyer impression, Your Honor, can we cut to the promo? It's hot up here.
Ooh. Okay, we're in the promo now.
Hey, Champ.
Well?
Get in here. They want us to shoot a promo.
Yes, Satan?
Oh, hey, Champ. No, the other Champ.
Oh, I'll get him.
Did you just say yes, Satan?
Hey, Champ. Good to see you, but the other Champ.
It's so great to see Smith again!
You rang? That's what I'm talking about.
And your winners, Danger Zone!
Oh yeah, partner. Woo! You know, what do you anticipate you guys are in for, you and Chance, when you finally face them in this #1 contender match?
You know, the thing about Corruption that's interesting is they are the most overperforming team in the history of Schmoedown. They are the team that has deserved to win their championships, I think, less than almost any team that's ever won a championship.
God, Ben Bateman and that mouth of his. Benjamin, you were someone that I respected, but that respect has since been gone. You become such a player that has become so desperate to win. You'll do anything to win. Go on and do that, Ben. Because I'm going to play the game the way I play it. I play from my heart, and that is why I am a multi-champion.
Let me tell you something, Mike Kalinowski. Just because you dress up as Indiana Jones at some theme park, that don't make you a hero. That just makes you a punk.
And we already played the good Corruption team. Now we just get to play the has-beens.
Ben Bateman is such a coward. He's a friggin' leech who latched onto Dan for that win, because let's face it, Ben sucked. How much more vitriol can Corruption spit towards Ben Bateman? Haven't they done enough? So much more. There's so much more we could say. And it's not because he's living in anyone's head rent-free, it's just because he makes it so damn easy.
When you go up against a team that you think has overperformed for that long, then you also have to go into that match knowing that if you perform to your best, they don't stand a chance. This really just comes down to one thing. It's just Mike Kalinowski. Because we know how well Chance is going to play. You never know what version of Mike you're going to get. And the truth is, 5-time champ. 5-time champ.
I mean, Chance is a great player. Chance is a great player. Would you disagree he's the better player of the two of you? And I go, no, Ben, I wouldn't. I think Chance is a better player than me, hands down. Ben can talk all he wants, but he now is the lesser player of the two. I know you think you're better than Dan, but you're not. You're not better than me, and you're not better than Chance. You're a player that plays with his head, and I'm a player that plays with my heart. And that's why I've got as many belts as I do, and you've got as many belts as you do. That will never change. I'm 2 matches away from being double belted again.
Again, you'll be the only person that could be double belted.
6-time champion.
Which would be insane, by the way, if Mike becomes a 6-time champ. Like, there's nothing. There is nothing that I want more than to erase that possibility from Corruption. I don't even want to give him a freaking chance, Goddard.
records. The only records I care about are the ones that this guy's got in his house. Because the only record that is on the table today is 0-0.
You're never going to be able to tell the difference more between me on a team with Ben Bateman and me on a team with John Roca than when we get that rematch against Corruption.
Dan, as you know, I have all respect in the world for you. Everyone does. But something that you also know is that I don't fear you.
Not one damn bit.
Ben Bateman, John Roca, go get Ethan Irwin. I don't care. When it comes to you versus Corruption, you're going down.
And Kalinowski, don't get too comfortable with that one belt that you got now on your shoulder. We're never going to stop coming after you. It is going to be the dungeon coming after Corruption from now till the end of time.
So go back to your little soapbox of a show and go mouth off your mouthpiece about that and get people on your side and have them try and doubt me, and I'll keep doing what I do. Win. Dan, it'll be a pleasure to face you soon.
Promo of the Year contender!
You did not edit that. I don't think you edited that. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. What I will say is there's a lot of story there. There is a lot of history there. There is so much. As we have done this digital age thing, as we have been put in this digital age thing, there have been so many great matches that have happened. We are just on the cusp of getting back to studio matches, to getting back to live events. But what a way to transition, to continue to get titanic matches like this team's match. These are four of the best players that we have, as you mentioned earlier, and they're this is not going to be one of those fun matches. This is going to be one of those intense matches, the strategy where it's going to happen. And last team standing is going to be looking at that title shot.
Yeah, I was going to say they're all going to be sweating like I am currently in a basement somewhere in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Full disclosure, folks, tried the green screen, didn't quite work, but I am being told by my sister that a new green screen is currently in the dryer. It's a bed sheet, and so we'll see if we can rig it up for match number 2. But for match number 1, I'm joined by two of my best pals, Luke and Bob. Christian, it's going to be an all-timer. I got a good feeling about it. You ready to get going?
Ready to get going. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. 3 rounds in the team's division. Introducing first, representing the Dungeon, with a record of 3 wins, no defeats, the team of the former movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Ben the Boss Bateman, and his partner, the former movie trivia Schmoedown team champion of the world, and the reigning undisputed movie trivia Schmoedown 5-time trivia champion of the world, Dangerous Dan Merle. This is Danger Zone! Danger Zone appears with those custom smirks, I'd say, at this point, and well-deserved at this point. 3-0 to winning the mini tournament, getting to this #1 contender match, and we start with the champ here. A lot of emotion in the finals match, going against the team of Rushmore, winning the match, doing what you needed to do, Dan, saying you wanted to beat the Exchange, but now comes almost, I think, your white whale in the team's division in Corruption. Yes, you have a victory over them, but I remember you saying, I don't know, sometimes it feels like they got my number. Does it feel different this season?
Well, yeah, if they're my white whale, then I'm the one that's been getting harpooned, but that's going to all change today because I'm not the same player. I'm not on the same team. I have a new partner. I was listening to your spiel before, Christian. It reminded me of a saying I heard that there's lies, damn lies, and statistics. Because I see what you're trying to do with this title race, trying to make it close. But I think if you add in defenses, then maybe there's a little more distance there. But I respect the game. You got to make it interesting for the people at home.
Fair enough.
Okay, Ben, let's chat with you for a while, because if there's any team that knows how Corruption trains, it's probably Danger Zone, for the simple fact that you and Dan have, like Corruption, trained together, but you've also sparred in the past, and so you know each other's weak points, although we can't really see any weakness in either one of y'all's games. How has it been working with Dan, complementing each other, and do y'all feel like you're operating better now that you have some experience behind you?
Well, you know, Ellis, it's funny. When we got together, we thought about this match. We all agreed on one thing. We were playing against Chance Ellison. I could give a rat's ass about Mike Kalinowski and what he knows in singles and teams. He's been getting carried by Chance Ellison in teams. So 5 championships where he studies 300 movies all year. I mean, congratulations again, getting carried by a great player. But we're going to win today. I don't really give... Anyway, we can move on from it.
But Ben, can I say that this is part of the strategy also? You know, even when you're not playing Mike Kalinowski, you seem to like to go after him, whether it's on backstage, whether it's wherever it is. You have a thing where you like to poke at Mike Kalinowski. What is that? Why is that?
Well, here's the thing. You see, Christian, I noticed this week when Kalinowski decided to unload, called me things like beneath him. He used a disparaging phrase that I'm not going to use right now, but you know, he really went after my personal character. But what he didn't say was that on that same episode of Backstage, I gave him credit as being ahead of John Roca, as the #2 player of all time. I believe 5 championships is impressive and deserves to be respected. And if I won 5, I would hope I was respected too. It's just a joke that this guy comes at me like he actually can best me in a team's matchup when it comes down to him or me. That's ridiculous. I mean, come on. And of course, I like to get in his head because it works.
Well, last thing I do have a question for the champ. Last week, big emotional match, obviously, with Mike Kalinowski and Mark Knoppick. A great match. 2 champions fighting to the wire. Is there something in there also now, too, Dan? Or maybe a little bit. Obviously, we know why you want to win the match. You want to win the match to get to that title shot. But is there a little added incentive here today, too?
I mean, come on, Christian. What do you think? This is a blood sport. This is what it is this season. This is the season of war. Every possible stake that you could put on the table for me personally in this match, if it's, you know, Ben and I right into the title, if it's my past with this team, you know, everything that's happening with the dungeon, that's already happened with the dungeon this season, it's all on the table today. It's all right out there, and I know that they're going to be coming at us just as hard as we're coming at them.
All right, well, good luck to you both, and we'll see you in just a moment. And their opponents. Representing Corruption with a record of 7 wins, 3 defeats. They are the team of the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown 2-time team champion, the Cobra, Chance Ellison, and the reigning 3-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown Inner Geekdom champion. They are the former 2-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown team champion of the world, Mike Kalinowski, Team Corruption. Team Corruption, the former 2-time team champions, the 3-time Inner Geekdom, current Inner Geekdom champion. Let's start here with you, Mike Kalinowski. I gotta,
yes, sir,
right away. You come off this big win last week. I'm looking at you after the after shows. You got the big smile on your face. There's none of that Mike Kalinowski animosity, and then that all goes away within a second after backstage. You go on Twitter and you go after Bateman. What is it about Bateman that gets you so riled up?
Well, first of all, let me stop you right there. It's not about being riled up. It's something that I've learned with Ben Bateman. When you can't win championships, you got to resort to what you know, trash talk. That's all that guy can do. He's part of the dungeon. He's with Trash Mouth himself. Hey, man, if I couldn't win, I'd probably talk a lot of crap too. But I have moved beyond that. That is not... You know me. I love to play players that I respect and respect me. It's quite obvious that Ben Bateman doesn't respect me. He doesn't respect what I've done. He thinks he's better than me. I'm sure he thinks he's better than me in IG. I know he thinks he's better than his own partner, Dan. I'm above him. So I had to get one thing out there to kind of set it straight. Like, let him talk his talk. Let him talk all that crap. You know, I'm over Ben. I'm past Ben. I've left him behind. He is like a one-time champion in singles. He's like the Robert Meyer Barnett of IG. Got the belt once, and he'll never get it again. So let him talk his talk. Let him go in his little soapbox and rile up his little followers, and I'm beyond that.
Chance, let me pivot that question over to you a little bit, son of Ellis, just because, look, you're best buds with Mike, and y'all train all the time. You've had some legendary matchups against each other, but you're like blood brothers in this particular sport. And so when you hear all that talk going against him, does that make this match more personal for you as well?
I mean, he's not just attacking Mike, he's attacking us as a team, saying we're the most overperforming team, whatever the hell that means. Look, championships speak for themselves. Performances speak for themselves. What do Mike and I do in teams? We perform. We perform extremely well. Anyone can vouch for that. Look, you guys are 7-3. You're two-time team champions. Chance, I'm going to stay with you here because there's something that Mike had said that I found curious, and I want to know your reasoning. When Rushmore and Danger Zone were playing, Mike wanted Mike wanted Rushmore because of the name and thought the name was inappropriate and wanted to teach him a lesson. You said, no, I want Danger Zone. Why? You know what? It comes down to one person, Ben Bateman. I have not been in the ring with Ben Bateman since my debut season. You know, I wanted who's the boss to come up in the ranks, play us, Corruption again. But, you know, they embarrassed themselves out of the league before that even happened, which made me sad. But now I see this new quote-unquote super team, and if there's anything we love doing, Christian, it's destroying super teams. Sorry, thank you, Chance. Last question for you, Mike. Yes. I know that it is different, though, with Dan. I know how much respect you do have for Dan Murrell, and you do have, you look up to him and you call him the GOAT as far as how he's done in this game. So, but I also know that, as I mentioned, and as he mentioned, he's got one more championship as far as wins go, not including defenses. Right. So does that make you fight that much harder now to say, well, yeah, now I got to get my sixth?
Dan and I keep, the bar keeps being raised, and I have to address that and attack it as so. I'll say this, and we talked after the match on Friday, and I said, well, I get the respect I deserve, and we laughed, and we said, no, of course not. The tide has changed. I see people that, whether you hate me, hate the character, hate me personally, people are now putting me in contention with Dan Murrell, calling me one of the greatest players of all time. Oh, really? Rushmore, when they do that whole thing, I'm on there now no matter what. It's like they're debating other players now. So I've attained a certain level of respect with everybody. Dan Murrell, and he knows that, is the greatest of all time. But I'll also say this. Dan Murrell plays 2 divisions. I play 3. I play 3 divisions, and I'm 5 championships. He plays 2 and is 6. So it is a neck-and-neck race. It's not undoable. I have a goal in mind right now of what I want to do. And, this is 2 matches away from being tied with him. This is 2 matches away from me being double belted for the first time. Double belted, I should say. I lose track of all the wins that I have. So, yeah. But again, there's the respect there. Benjamin is a different story. Benjamin has called the 2 men on the screen to see if we would have been players with him this year. He called everybody. He called Marisol. He called Adam. So he latched his lips to a golden train that could get him a win. So that's where we are, and that's what we're going to play. So we're focusing on the match at hand. I don't care about – that's fun. Let's have fun here for a second. Christian, champions at the level of Dan and I, we can batter back and forth about 5 and 6 time and this and that. It's an elite club. It's like, when you go to the airport and you get that little pass at the credit card and you go into the secret room. It's just Dan and I in there. No one else is in there. So we have fun with that, but we're here for a match. Let's get down to brass tacks. Let's get down to business.
All right. Well, thank you to Corruption. Now we're going to bring back Danger Zone.
Okay.
All right. Serious. So we have Danger Zone and Corruption. They are back. And now mark the rules of round number 1.
As I impress the gathered Ellis family with my memorization skills, the rules of round number 1 are as follows. 8 questions from 8 different corners of movie trivia. Schmoedown, know-how will emerge. These questions are asked to the field, although this is a team's exercise. Round number 1, individual test of knowledge. You may not rely on your teammates' ability to get a question correct in round number 1. We ask the question. You have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer with whatever writing surface you prefer. Once we ask you by name or nickname, please show what you wrote to the camera. At the same time, you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. I'll remind each team you have 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. You're not sure you heard a question right. You want to buy yourself another 15 seconds. Use a jeté rule. You also have 1 challenge as a team you may utilize at any point throughout the 3-round match. We'll bring in managers, we'll delineate and deliberate to our heart's content, and ultimately it will be your manager that must confirm and ratify if said challenge is taking place. So, Christian, those are the rules of round number 1. I knew we had a lot of company, and so I asked Ma to make the meatloaf, but I never know what she's doing.
Fair enough. All right, we're going to ask Chance Ellison. Are you ready?
Let's get it.
Mike Kalinowski, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Dan Murrell, are you ready?
I am ready.
Ben Bateman, are you ready?
Yeah, I just want to say, Mike, nobody expects much from you today, buddy, so don't worry about it. Play your heart out, and Chance, best of luck. Excited to get this go.
Shut up and play!
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Round number 1, question number 1. Here we go. Horror/thriller. What 2004 horror remake features the tagline, "When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth"?
That went in a completely
really put some extra stink on that. Let's get ready to Schmoedown. That sounded good.
Like that?
It sounded like a diaphragm buster to me.
Yeah, I hurt my rib.
In the chat somewhere.
And
hold on.
5.
I have no idea. I'm not even
3,
answering.
2.
Repeat the question.
All right, first one. What 2004 horror remake features the tagline, "When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth"? It's the first one by Danger Zone.
The writers love early tests with these kind of matchups.
Yes. Thank you for the betters. 5.
Ben is choking
4,
already,
hands
as
up, please.
usual.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And we're going to start with Chance Ellison.
Dawn of the Dead?
Yes. Dan.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Dawn of the Dead.
Mike Kalinowski.
Dawn of the Dead.
And Ben.
Dawn of the Dead.
All right. So we have a tie game. First, everybody's getting it, and we start with
fake out number 1.
And we continue with question 2.
And the repeat pays off as we veer to the world of fantasy science fiction. And your question for a point: Christopher Lee, Ava Green, and Daniel Craig appear in what 2007 fantasy adventure film?
2007?
Fantasy sci-fi, Christian. It's the same category as my friends here, although they're more science fiction, wouldn't you say?
You know, we were getting along.
That's fine.
Not nice. 5.
I have
4,
no idea.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. We're going to start here with Dan Murrell.
Didn't have it.
Mike Kalinowski.
Wow.
Was it the Golden Compass?
It was. Ben.
Really?
Yeah, didn't have it.
And Chance.
Golden Compass.
So Corruption goes up by 2.
Woo!
Big 2 points. Both Corruption continue to get that one. Danger Zone misses that one.
Really quickly, just for my sake, can we get a fact check on the year on that? For some reason, I was sure it was 05 or 06. I just want to make sure it's 07. Before we move on.
Mark?
I'm not challenging. I think I believed it was a different year. I could be wrong.
Well, we're going to continue with the match unless you want to challenge, but we will take a look at it when we get a chance, Ben.
It was 2007. All right, here we go. Here's the next
For some
question.
reason, I thought it was 2005
3.
also,
Question 3. Dramas. This 2007 musical drama stars Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, Kerry Russell, and Robin Williams, and follows an 11-year-old musical prodigy living in an orphanage who runs away to New York City.
2007, popular year, Christian. Also for your New York football team. They had a pretty good year.
Yes.
They started out 0-2, and they should have lost their 3rd game to my team, but we missed a 4th and 1.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Repeat the question.
Sorry. All right, second one. Here it is. This 2007 musical drama stars Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, Kerry Russell, and Robin Williams, and follows an 11-year-old musical prodigy living in an orphanage who runs away to New York City.
I have no
Second
idea.
one by Danger Zone. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And this is question 3. And this we go to Mike Kalinowski.
I didn't have it, guys.
Ben Beeman.
I wrote August Rush.
Got it. Chance?
August Rush.
And Dan?
I wrote Stardust.
All right, so only Ben and Chance, but Chance is still perfect right now. And at the moment, the score is Corruption 5, Danger Zone 3. But both Ben and Chance got that one, but Chance still working on a perfect game as we get to question 4.
Yeah, and he'll have a chance to get this next one because he lives in this part of the country. Western is the category. And for a point, your question, which actor co-stars alongside Haley Steinfeld and Jeff Bridges as Texas Ranger LaBouffe in True Grit?
And just cut the tension with a knife here with these teams.
I didn't listen
no
to the
jokes, nothing being said. They're just playing the game.
Nope. If you want humor, then it's going to be all on Christian and I's shoulders, unfortunately.
4. Good luck to you all. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And this time we start with Ben Bateman.
I'm going to go with Matt Damon.
Yes, sir. Chance.
Matt Damon.
Good.
Dan.
Matt Damon.
Mike Kalinowski.
Matt Damon.
Okay. 7-5. Corruption holding a 2-point lead as we get to our next question. This is question 5, and this is in the realm of animated films. The songs A Girl Worth Fighting For and Honor to Us All are performed in what 1990s animated Disney film?
Finally, a question I know.
Nice being back here in Virginia, Christian. It's very, very hot. You know, you think LA, you think heat, but it is humid here.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. And this time we start with Chance.
Mulan.
Yes. Dan.
Mulan.
Kalinowski.
Mulan.
And Ben.
Yeah, I wrote Mulan.
And now we have a 9-7 game as we get to our next question. Guys, something else. And now we get to comedies.
Yeah, comedies. Anybody? No? Pretty serious match. All right, we'll go to the question for a point. You'll find the character of Cheeseburger Eddie, Paul Wrecking Crew, and Caretaker in what 2005 comedy? So we got 2007 and 2005. And we all know 2006 was obviously the year of the Harloff.
Don't do that to me. That's a long time ago. I can't relive those years. And 5, 4.
You were funny.
3.
Comedian.
2. I was. 1.
Yeah. Repeat the question.
All right, last one.
Woo. All right. It's in the category of comedies. Haha, your question for a point. You'll find the characters of Cheeseburger Eddie, Paul Wrecking Crew, and Caretaker in what 2005 comedy?
Chance Ellison is answer. It looks like he's got it already. We'll see. He's playing pretty good thus far.
It's perfect. He's the last hope for a perfect round.
We'll see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And this time we're going to start, with Dan.
The Longest Yard.
Yes, sir. Kalinowski.
I went earlier. Role models. Wrong year.
Ben.
Yeah, I didn't write it.
And Chance.
I so wish I can quote this one right now to Ben. The Longest Yard.
So this time Dan gets it. Ben misses. And Corruption right now still holds on to that 2-point lead with Chance Ellison still perfect thus far. 10-8. 10-8 as we get to our next question. This is question 7. Penultimate question. There you go, Mark.
Let's see if I can get this.
Comic book movies.
Okay.
Jason Isaacs, Terrence Stamp, and Jennifer Garner appear in which 2000s comic book film? Mark, I'm not going to lie to you.
Penultimate means second to last.
Yes, I felt a little Tommy coming out of me in that one.
Wow. Okay.
I don't remember Jason Isaacs in that movie, but I think I know which one it is.
1. Pens down, hands up, please. Pens down, hands up. And we're this time going to start with Kalinowski.
Electra?
That would be Electra.
Yeah.
Yes, Ben.
Didn't have it.
Chance.
Sorry. Electra.
Dan.
It's the IG special. I put The Losers.
And it is now 12-8.
That wasn't even 2000.
12-8. Corruption up by 4. Corruption up by 4. And we are going to get to our last question. It's the realm of directors, Mark.
Yeah, the fancy, they roll the camera. Here it is for a point, and your final chance for some of you for a point in round 1. Who directed the films Train Spotting, Steve Jobs, and Slumdog Millionaire?
So right now, Corruption playing with a 4-point lead. Chance Ellison has an opportunity to get a bonus question should he get this one correct here.
That's right.
And we're coming down to 5.
I have no idea.
4.
But,
3,
I mean, at least I got 2 questions.
2.
So I'm fine
1.
with that.
Pens down, hands up. Chance for the perfect round.
Danny Boyle.
Really?
That is correct. And Dan Merle.
Danny Boyle.
Kalinowski.
Look at that, Danny Boyle.
And Ben?
Also Danny Boyle.
So it is 14-10. However, Corruption has an opportunity to go up by 5 should Chance Ellison hit his bonus question. Chance, this is going to be to you and only you. Are you ready for the question?
Yes.
Here it is. What film from director Martin Scorsese follows an old pro teaching a cocky protege the ropes of pool hustling?
The Color of Money.
For 1 more point, Chance Ellison giving Corruption a 5-point lead over Danger Zone going into the second round. It is the wheel round. Mark, what are the rules?
It is the wheel round. The wheel will emerge, not physically. We can't afford to send 4 wheels for this match, so it's virtual. You'll spin it with your mind. Each team gets a spin at that wheel. Once you settle on a category, you're going to hear 5 questions. I'm kidding. It's 6 questions. It's the teams matchup, folks. Each question's worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is stealing. You can steal, so maybe if we ask you a question, you don't know the answer off the top of your head, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which we're told by the writers is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question does go down to 1. And so it is somewhat of a surprise for some folks, possibly, Christian, a 5-point advantage for Corruption over Danger Zone, 15-10. So Corruption, the question goes to you. Would you gentlemen like to spin first or defer to your opponents?
Keep it rolling, Mike.
Chance, what we always do, pal. Go first.
Keep it rolling. We'll go first.
All right. Well, thank you. Now we're going to remove Danger Zone. We're going to bring in Shannon.
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 I'm so sorry. Before we even get going, I know you guys you're loose, you're in the zone. I'm so freaking proud of you. I was not surprised by that round. Mike, you held your own. Chance, you went perfect. It's exactly what you guys are more than capable of doing. Dan may be a spineless hack who sold a soul to Ben Bateman, but Ben Bateman is shooketh because they were counting on you guys flubbing round 1. That was their bread and butter to burn all their repeats in round 1 because they thought that you guys would be so far behind that it wouldn't matter. And guess what? It's going to matter now, okay? Kaiser's going to get on the screen in about 30 seconds and tell them that it's a new ball game. The score is 0-0. Wrong. The score is 15-10,
Correction.
and you guys are up right now. So stay in that zone. Stay in that study session mode. Let's get this wheel up. We know exactly what we're going to do here. I know everyone hates when we say that, but we know what we're doing here, all right? So let's hope for a good spin, and we'll see what happens. Let's carry up this momentum.
Thank you. We're going to bring up the wheel.
Excellent job, Chance. Excellent job, sir.
All right, here is the wheel, and here is the spin by Corruption.
Let's go, baby.
There it goes. The wheel is off and running.
And it lands on Spinner's Choice. Yes! Corruption hitting Spinner's Choice. All right, for 60 seconds to decide starting now.
Listen, guys, this is the Schmoedown God smiling upon us. We have spun opponent's choice in our matches the past, 3 games or something? So finally, a breath of fresh air that we deserve, okay? It's Spinner's Choice. I don't think there's any deliberation as to what you guys are going to go with here, but talk it out with each other.
Knockout
Chance we talk, Mark always says it's wheel of, whatever in Destiny and Fate, and there were some digs thrown. Yes, there were some digs thrown at me that first round, and Fate is coming back around. It came back around to my IG win for me. So, my friend, we know what we're doing. You got the perfect round for us. You call it, sir.
You know what, Mike? I want to give, I want to really show it by Bateman's face. So I want to give you a chance to shine. Let's go comic movies. I like it.
I appreciate that, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, comic book movies. Comic book movies it is. All right, so thank you to Shannon. We're going to remove Shannon. We'll remove the wheel. All right.
Headspace, Chance. Headspace, buddy.
Can we get we just got to get
stand again.
Word.
Stand again.
Can you give us word that they're in the other room?
No, my games are not won or lost in the first round.
Yep, absolutely, Mike. It goes all the way to the end. We've seen it. We've seen other things happen.
All right, guys. So we are going to comic book movies. Here is the first question. Which actress co-stars as Judge Hershey in 1995's Judge Dredd?
Chance, back me up on this. It's Diane Lane.
I concur.
It's 95's Judge Dredd, right? That's what he's saying?
That's correct, yes.
Gentlemen, Diane Lane, final answer.
Let's embarrass the dungeon zone.
All right, and can we also just make sure we have the clock up there? And here is the second question. This actress played Sarah Ross, the object of Bruce Willis's affection in Red and Red 2.
Mike, that is...
Helen Mirren?
It's
Mary Louise Parker?
Mary Louise Parker, yeah. I concur.
Mary Louise Parker, do you concur?
No.
I concur.
Mary Louise Parker.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Final answer.
That is correct. 2 more points. Here's question
For a second there,
3.
I thought they missed it.
Andrea Beaumont is the name of Bruce Wayne's love interest in which Batman film?
Mask of the Phantasm.
Batman, Mask of the Phantasm.
I concur.
Batman, Mask of the Phantasm. Final answer.
2 more points. All right. Here is the next question. This is question 4. In Thor, what is the name of the realm that the Frost Giants are from?
Jotunheim.
I believe that's Jotunheim.
Jotunheim is correct. I concur, Chance. Take it.
Jotunheim, final answer.
Correct for 2 more points. All right. So that was question number 5, I believe.
Wasn't that 4?
4. That was 4. Sorry. This is question 5. Question 5. Who plays Mr. Savannah, the estranged father of Dr. Thaddeus Savannah and CEO of Savannah Industries in the film Shazam?
That is Jason Woodrue from Batman
John
Robin,
Glover.
John Glover.
I concur.
You concur? Say it, buddy.
Lex's
John Glover,
father in
final answer.
Smallville.
That is correct. Who stars as Ash Corvin, the latest person to be resurrected by the spirit of the Crow in the film The Crow, City of Angels?
Chance, back me up on this. Vincent Perez.
Yes, that is correct. I concur.
He concurs. Vincent Perez, final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points. So Corruption clears the board here. 27-10, comic book movies, 27-10. So we are going to remove Corruption here and wait for Danger Zone to return.
Okay.
All right, Danger Zone is back. Gentlemen, there are no steal opportunities on the table at the moment. Corruption did go perfect in that round. The score at the moment is 27-10. 27-10. So we are going to bring in Kaiser. You guys are going to get 60 seconds to talk to your manager starting now.
You know, Mike Kalinowski reminds me of a brown-billed duck. Now, you see, a brown-billed duck flies in the same formation as all the other ducks. The problem is, it can't stop as fast. So, if you've ever wondered why so much crap comes out of Mike's mouth, now you know. Well, boys, it's the wheel round, my favorite time of day. Wheel round. I think we can clean this bad boy up. How you all feeling?
Well, Corruption can't hit Spinner's Choice again on us this round, so at least we have a chance to do something good now.
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to use this clock. We need to hone in and face what's in front of us right now. One question at a time.
Yep.
Take these guys to a 5-point question. We beat their butts there. So, hey, man, one question at a time. You guys are the best at working together. I believe in you. Let's keep it strong, and let's fight, baby. Let's play Dungeon Ball.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, thank you. And now the wheel will go up. And here is the spin.
And it is animated movies is what it's settled on. Animated movies. Ben, Dan, you have 60 seconds to decide with your manager. Do you want to keep animated movies or do you want to use your mulligan, which is golf, for do-over?
Dan, Kaiser, this is one of their 2 strengths, I believe. And,
I think so, too. Yeah.
I mean, we don't really miss in this category when we practice it, but it also is their category. So
yeah.
No, you crushed this last night, so I'm not worried about it. But just remember, you also have no JTEs left, so whatever you pick, you got to use the clock, and maybe we give it another go and see if we can get something we like a little better.
I mean,
we're confident
draw
in
off
the wheel.
So
yeah, exactly.
Off the wheel. If we hit opponent choice, they're going to probably give this to us anyway. So why don't we spin again?
Yeah, worst case scenario, same slice. Best case scenario, we get something better. Let's do it.
All right, so they're going to spin away, and here is the second spin by Danger Zone.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna get 6 questions of Francis Ford Coppola. All right, so
all right, boys, dial in.
Thank you. We're gonna remove the Kaiser, and we'll remove the wheel, and now once we get word that Corruption has jumped into the other stream, we are going to get 6 questions in the realm of Francis Ford Coppola films.
I call him Fran, old double FC.
All right. So as soon as we get the spin, as soon as we get the confirmation that Corruption is in the other room. Okay, they are in the other room, Mark, and now Danger Zone will get 6 questions in the realm of Francis Ford Coppola.
And what a highway he's built for himself over the decades. Christian, now we go to the movies of Francis Ford Coppola. Gentlemen, for 2 points, unless you need multiple choice. Question 1, who plays Tom Hagen in the Godfather films?
I believe, Dan, that this is Robert Duvall.
It is 100% Robert Duvall, yes.
Robert Duvall, final answer.
Thank you for the final answer. The confirmation is noted and is correct for 2 points. They're on the board in round 2 as we zoom into question number 2. Who plays the title character in 1986's Peggy Sue Got Married?
This, Dan, is Kathleen Turner.
It is the delightful Kathleen Turner.
Yes, we're sure 100%. Peggy Sue Got Married, 86, Kathleen Turner. Okay. Kathleen Turner, final answer.
Finally, a question that Brett Sheridan would have gotten, and that is correct for 2 more points. All right, and your third question in the world of Francis Ford Coppola. Francis Ford Coppola directed 1990's legal thriller based on a John Grisham novel, which stars Matt Damon.
Okay, this is impossibly hard to hear, but I will say that I believe
I can repeat that for you because I heard it chopped up too. I'll give it to you.
We know what the answer.
I think we know the answer. It's the Rainmaker, right, Bateman?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay,
yes. It is the Rainmaker, final answer. If it's really difficult to hear, guys, for the sake of post, how do you want us to address it? Wait till you're done. Tell you we need to hear it again. What's the best way to do it?
That's fine. And I also heard that too, so I'll also be able to confirm if it is. So yes, that's fine to do it that way.
Okay.
Sure. All right. So that was question 3. That was question 3. All right.
All right. Gentlemen, question 4 in the world of Francis Ford Coppola. And your question is, who plays the main female character, Mina Harker, in Bram Stoker's Dracula?
I believe, Dan, that this is going to be Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder immediately jumped into my head, so I will co-sign with you on that.
She does play Mina. Winona Ryder, final answer.
Lucky Dan. Yeah, that is correct for 2 more points. And gentlemen, we have 2 questions left. Am I sounding okay out there, Ben and Dan?
Yes.
You sound great, Ellis. Your voice like an angel.
Dulcet tones.
You guys. All right. 2 more questions in the world of Francis Ford Coppola. And your penultimate question, which actor plays a character only known as the Motorcycle Boy in 1983's Rumblefish?
One of my all-time favorites, Dan. This is Mickey Rourke. He comes to town to help stop him from the rumble, I believe.
He's your favorite partner, so I'm with you on that one.
The answer is Mickey Rourke. Final answer.
They actually had Mickey Rourke stop a rumble. All right, that's correct for 2 more points. Christian, they're perfect through 5. And now for a perfect round, number 2, here's their 6th question. Gentlemen, Lawrence Fishburne had an early role as Tyrone Clean Miller in which 1970s Coppola film?
Believe, Dan, this is Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse
It
Now,
is
yeah.
very lean.
I actually
Lawrence
knew that
Fishburne.
one.
Yes, Apocalypse Now.
Wow.
Yes, Apocalypse Now, final answer.
I like the smell of perfection in the late afternoon, early evening. And Christian, we have 2 perfect rounds from both teams here. It is back to being a 5-point ball game as we head into round 3, but not before we welcome back to the stream. Yep, Corruption.
All right, we're waiting for Corruption, and then we will start round 3.
Good job, partner.
You too, pal.
Just going to get them back in. And then we'll go into round 3, which happily has no wheels.
There's no wheels. The wheels will be turning all the while here, Ellis. All the while.
See, that's how you pick up a baton and you run with it. Does he finish the Tootsie Pop before the match starts, or does he just put it to the side?
Do we know where Chance went?
It only takes 3 bites.
Chance in that room with you, Mike?
He was in with me. Yeah, we both got the link in the room. He should be here.
Yeah, his internet seemed a little tiny choppy-ish too, so he might just be a second late. And Dan, those are licks, not bites.
The last one's a bite.
It's debatable, and I can't make a ruling on it one way or another.
I'd like to challenge that the third lick,
to answer
Al takes
in the 1980s. I can't.
I wrap it up and put it back down.
Can we get Shannon? Can we get word on where Chance is, please?
Mike, when did the lollipop thing start? What was the character turn when you had the lollipop angle?
When was it?
It seems like it's glued to your character nowadays. I can't remember when we...
Hold on. So I just want to make sure we have everybody in the right spot. Okay. All right. So Danger Zone had a perfect second round also, and the score at the moment, 27-22. 27-22 as we get into the third round. This is the final round. Mark, how do the rules work?
No stealing or tomfoolery options necessary for this because 4 minds like steel traps as we head to the final round that will determine the match. Round number 3, gentlemen. Each team needs to give us a series of numbers. These numbers may range from 1 to 20. You may not pick the same integers as your opponent because each numeral corresponds to a different category of movie, trivia, Schmoedown, mystery. First question's worth 2 points. Next one, 3. Final one worth 5 points. It is the team's match. So again, here's where it gets a little divergent. We'll tell you what the category is for your 2-point question. The team must select which member is going to be answering that question solo. You may not rely on your teammate's strength for the 2-pointer. The opposite team member will then have to field the 3-pointer. You may only confer with your teammate for the 5-point final question in round number 3. So it is still a 5-point advantage for Corruption over Danger Zone. Corruption, you may give us your 3 lucky numbers first. From 1 to 20, what feels fortunate?
All right, Chance, so you just want me picking them, buddy?
Go ahead.
Coming to me is 3, 14, and 17.
3, 14, and 17 for Corruption. And for Danger Zone?
Bateman, why don't you take 2 and I'll pick the money number.
Let's go with 7, 11.
And Dan?
7-11.
And 9.
7, 11, and 9 for Danger Zone. 3, 14, and 17. All right. So first, we are going to remove Danger Zone. Bring in Shannon. Shannon, you got 60 seconds to talk to your team starting now.
You guys, whatever color Ben Bateman had in his face has drained from his body and his soul because he was not expecting round 3 to go like this. You have that 5-point lead. You have all 3 of your JTEs. You have a challenge should you need it. I think we know what we're doing here as far as who answering what. Unless you guys have anything else to say, all you got to do is stay steady. This is your round. This is your round, okay? You guys absolutely crushed it in round 2. And I don't think that anyone complained about Spinner's Choice right now because it sounds like they kind of got their own Spinner's Choice too. Maybe they put Francis Ford Coppola on the wheel because they didn't seem to hesitate with anything. So, fair ball game. All is going well for us. Stay the course. Mind your JTEs. Trust your freaking guts. And let's close this out because they're going to answer all 3 of their questions, so we need to answer all 3 of our questions too. Should we need to.
All right. Thank you to Shannon, and thank you to Corruption. We're going to remove Corruption.
Whoops.
And we're going to bring back...
I'm on 6, by the way, just in case anyone was wondering.
60 seconds, Kaiser, starting now.
You know, before we get going, I've noticed recently that some fans are complaining about managers coming in between rounds and talking to their players. I agree. It's atrocious that Shannon Barney should be allowed to come in here and make it all about herself and try and tell some stupid joke and bestow some kind of wisdom on those 2 dicky-doos. I hear you, fans. It's aggravating. Boys, we got to go perfect. Round 3, this is where we go perfect. This is where they screw up their 5 and we don't. Let's take them. Let's drag them to the bitter end. This is where you excel. This is where Danger Zone makes their money. I love you guys. Take your time. No JTEs and use that clock.
Trust your gut, Dan. That's what we got to do here.
Trust your gut.
Copy that.
All right. Well, now we are going to remove Kaiser. Bring back Corruption. All right. We are back. Mark, we are back. And now we are going to start with Danger Zone. They're going to try to avoid the TKO. They chose category 7. for their first category, the 2-pointer, and that's Denzel Washington.
That's right. He's a young actor with a lot of promise for the future. Gentlemen, who's going to be fielding that question?
I mean, Dan, we flip-flop based on category strength. I'm pretty good in this category. I feel at the 2. I feel good about this as a 2.
You want to take it?
Yeah.
All right. Take the shot.
All right. So Ben Bateman will be taking the 2-point question in Denzel Washington.
All right. Your question, sir, for 2 points, and to cut the lead of Corruption to 3. Denzel Washington plays Coach Herman Boone in what football film?
Is it Remember the Titans? I mean, they're all laughing, so I guess it is.
It's hard to forget them with a movie that good. That is correct. 3-point lead for Corruption, and with the next correct question answer, it could be a tie.
I couldn't believe you guys said football. I just figured Herman Boone was going to be what I got. So yeah, but go ahead.
So now Dan Merle will get the 3-point question, and it is in the realm of action-adventure. Action-adventure.
Okay. Action-adventure movies. Whole lot of popcorn. Dan, for 3 points, and to tie Corruption. To avoid the TKO, your question. What is the name of the cursed Egyptian high priest who rises from the dead to destroy the world in 1999's The Mummy?
Akhmin-Ra.
His name is
Imhotep. Yeah. Imhotep, yeah.
We got a tie ball game, Christian.
It is tied up. So, in order for Corruption to force it back in your zone with their 5, then either Mike Kalinowski or Chance Ellison will have to hit the 2-point question. They chose a category of category 3, and that is.
We chose. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yes, sorry.
Spielberg.
All right.
Chance. I mean, we're going off this, so
you got it.
I'll take Spielberg.
All right. Mike is going to field the question in the realm of Steven Spielberg. And your question for 2 points and to regain the lead. Which Oscar-winning actor plays Captain James Hook in the film Hook?
Dustin Hoffman. I think.
That is Dustin Hoffman.
That is correct for 2 points. And all of a sudden, Christian, we're at that moment where it's a 5-pointer that Danger Zone's got to have.
Danger Zone needs to hit it. They do not have any more JTEs left. If they hit this question, then they force it back to Corruption. However, if they miss, then Corruption will be moving on to play the winner of tonight's title match. All right. Mark, they chose category 9, and that is in coming of age. Coming of age.
2 teams coming of age in a match like this. Gentlemen, your question for 5 points and for a 3-point lead to stay in the match. Carey Mulligan stars as a teenage girl growing up in 1960s London who begins a relationship with a man twice her age in what 2010 film?
I believe this is An Education, Dan.
Yes, that's right. An Education. I was thinking a separation, but it's An Education. You're 100% correct.
An Education. That's the correct answer. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. An Education. Final answer.
I concur as well because it is right. And now, Christian, just like that, Danger Zone has a 3-point lead over Corruption. We pivot back to Corruption for a 3-pointer that could tie it up.
It could tie it up here. Chance Ellison will get the 3-point question. He hits it. Then they have an opportunity to win it with their 5. They still have an opportunity to win it with their 5, but they will tie it up should Chance Ellison get this. Chance, your category here, you chose category 14, and that is martial arts films.
All right, Chance, your question in the world of martial arts. What Hong Kong filmmaker made his American directorial debut with the 1993 film Hard Target?
John Woo.
I almost put my banner behind it because it's right here in the house. That is correct for 3 points, and now it's a tied ball game. Christian, it all could come down to this 5-point question to Corruption, where they can confer to arrive at a final answer.
So, with this, if Corruption hits it, then they win the game, and they go on to play the winner of tonight's title match. However, if they miss, we go to sudden death. The category was number 17, Quentin Tarantino films. Quentin Tarantino films. And here is the question.
Doug Williams' lucky number lands at one of the most celebrated directors of our time, and now your question. For the win, in what Tarantino film will you find a bar named Gueros and a character named Jungle Julia?
Okay. Let's talk this out, Mike.
Okay.
Got a total of 9 movies.
Okay.
Let's see, so we can rule out Hateful Eight and Django Unchained.
Yep.
We got all 3 repeats. Want to use a repeat?
4, 3.
Yeah. Help me out,
2.
buddy.
Repeat the question. Repeat the question.
All right, here is the first one.
Jungle Julia.
Your question.
Oh.
What Tarantino movies, and what Tarantino film will you find a bar named Gueros and a character named Jungle Julia?
I think it's...
You got something?
If you know it, I'm going to trust you on this one, but I believe I know it as well, my friend, so...
You see, I believe that's Death Proof.
And that was what I said as well.
4.
Okay. Repeat the question.
Repeat the question.
Okay.
Second one.
So we're talking, buddy. So I think it's that one with Jungle Julia. I think it's the girl.
Film, I think it's a bar named Gueros and a character named Jungle Julia.
Because she's the DJ who tells about the whole lap dance.
I believe that is correct. I can picture her. That's with my girl Vanessa Ferlito doing her lap dance in it, buddy. So yeah. I'm thinking that.
Let's go. Ben Bateman, you watching? You watching? Death Proof. Final answer.
Let's go! That's how we do it!
Yeah! Baby, you remember this move? Yeah! From when I beat you before? Yeah!
Corruption does it. Obviously very excited for the #1 contenders officially, as they have defeated Danger Zone. They are now... they're now 8-3 with a victory over here, hitting their 5-point question. They will be playing the winner of tonight's main event. So the winner of tonight will face Corruption in a #1 contender match. All right, congratulations to Corruption. We are going to remove them at the moment, and you will be talking to Jen Sturger in just a moment. Congratulations.
Indeed. Suck on that, Bateman!
And Mark, that's also a big 4 points for Corruption. Now, Corruption now picking up from pay-per-views alone. Last week, they had picked up the 2 points from Marisol, the 7 points from Mike, and now another 4 points here from Team Corruption, and they're climbing back up the rankings with this victory over Danger Zone. It was the first round. This is what it was. It was the first round here today because they both had really incredible second rounds. It was that first round, though, that I think did them in because Chance Ellison went perfect again. This kid in the first round, I got to see these stats. He's got to be one of the best first-round players that we have because he just continues to. He's a weapon. He is a serious weapon. And Mike Kalinowski, I believe, had 6 in the first. So when Corruption plays like that in the first round, they are a very, very hard team to beat.
Yeah, and it sort of looked like they punched a Danger Zone in the mouth a little bit, particularly with Ellison's perfect round 1 and how well Mike Kalinowski played. The Killer doing a good job in round 1 as well. It all comes down to this, Christian, because look, you can talk about trash talk and bad blood within the realm of this particular match, but in the context of this Season 8 war in the Schmoedown, you look at the factions. It's what we referenced at the top of the show, and now it does look like Corruption has shifted into that next gear. We brought up Hey Jude. They are about to hit the na-na-na phase of that song, and they don't look like they're stopping anytime soon.
No, I mean, they have another chance to become... Mike Kalinowski has an opportunity now to become a 3-time Inner Geekdom and a 3-time Teams champion, and Chance Ellison has an opportunity because they are getting the next shot at whoever wins tonight, whether it's going to be Jeff Snyder and his new partner, whoever that might be, or Shazam. We're going to find out, and we're going to see how they're feeling because Jen Sturger is with a very happy Team Corruption right now. Jen?
How's it going, guys? Oh my god. I just, Mike, it's always good to interview you when you're in a cheery mood, lollipop in hand. It's a better interview for me, honestly.
I'm just remembering back to Mr. Ben Bateman mouthing off saying no one expected much from me. See what happens, buddy boy. See what happens, buddy. That's all. Chance, take it. You talk, Chance.
And the ironic thing is people expected things from Ben Bateman, and he didn't deliver.
Wait, hold on.
That's what happens when you disrespect us.
I want to clear something up. Did Ben Bateman miss the most questions out of everyone in round 1?
He kind of did.
Oh, crap. He did, didn't he? Oh, you guys are going to be so mad because now we're just being mean to Dan and Ben. And I, quite frankly, don't give a crap because they set themselves up for this and they deserve everything that's coming to them.
Do you guys think that you just possibly have like Dan Murrell's number? Like the fact that we're here again.
Oh, I think there's no question as to whether or not we have Dan Murrell's number. Is there, Mike? Is there a question?
I have the highest respect for Dan. So I don't want to trash talk him. I don't want to say anything negative about Dan Murrell because I know what he puts in. I see him kind of as a kindred spirit in the Schmoedown. So, hey, from the beginning of this term, of this whole tournament, whatever, he took pity on a player, and I think it's going to sully his legacy because of that. That's neither here nor there. So
let's talk about the chance to become 3-time champions. How are you guys feeling going into this title match now? Your opportunity to hold those belts again. Chance, what would that mean to you?
Say those words one more time. 3-time champion.
3-time champion.
Woo, that sounds great, Jen. That sounds excellent. Mike and I are going to do what we do. We're going to go and we're going to play and we're going to take those belts back and bring them back to Corruption where they belong.
Yeah, and there was a lot of pressure, Jen. I did feel a lot of pressure. Chance was ready. I was just coming off that IG win, but I've spent the past couple months in IG, and we had 4 days to flip it around. If I had those 2 points and the bonus in the first round, would that have put us in a much better place? I know Ben likes to talk with his numbers about he wants to go in 6 points. We were 1 point away from that going into round 1 on them. So I got to shore up my round 1. We know that, but I just want to say this and then I'll stop talking because I know I like to talk.
No, you won't.
People talk about me and, this and that and my IG, whatever. Let me tell you something. I started studying for IG for this belt that I just won for 2 months, February 28th till this match. This notebook right here, that's what I just did for 2 months. Now imagine what you will if I took time off from IG, put that focus towards singles play or my round 1, how devastating I would be. Devastating to those players. So Ben and them, they want to talk about me in IG. They don't want me just giving up on IG. But I put all that knowledge, so now I'm going to focus on this team's belt. I'm going to be a 6-time champion very, very soon.
Shannon Barney, how are you feeling after today's victory? Especially the fact that you were able to essentially get Ben Bateman to quiet down.
Oh, it's my favorite thing in the world to get Ben Bateman to shut up. Because when you are the least accomplished person sitting at a table, your only defense is distraction. So he didn't have that going for him today. You saw him get real quiet real quick. Not unlike when they played Deception. Now, that was some vengeance for Deception. That was some payback because we all know that story. And he was very proud of himself for that. But this just goes to show you guys, look at this. These are 2 IG teams and singles players, and you want to disparage this team based on their lopsided singles records. This is a team's division. It's a different ball game. It's a different strategy, and these guys come off of IG championship level matches and come around and beat this factory farmed manufactured team. So I don't know what else to do or to say. I don't care if you like them or not. These guys are legendary players. Put some freaking respect on their names. I don't know. Dan Murrell still hasn't stepped into IG. Ben Bateman's been running his mouth about Star Wars since last season, and neither of them have stepped out of their comfort zone to go into a specialty division yet. So until someone can pull off what Mike and Chance pull off constantly, one bad game or a couple sloppy round 1s here and there, I don't want to hear any crap.
So, preferences. Obviously, because you guys have to watch the next match. Do you guys have a preference to face either Snyder and mystery teammate or possibly Shazam?
Oh, I found it was funny that Chance and I, going into this one, we wanted 2 different teams. So, Chance, I'm going to defer to you. Who do you want, pal?
Oh, man.
Yeah, can you get on the same page?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Are we on the same page here?
Mystery's enticing. I like Mystery.
Okay.
My entire shelf is stocked with Agatha Christie novels, so I like Mystery. But
Murder, Mystery, and Agatha Christie.
To bring on Shazam.
You're going to do that to me, aren't you? I want Snyder. but I want revenge. I want revenge.
Revenge is
great. He took my triple belt away from me.
It's a long season,
he
guys.
He took my triple belt away from me, Snyder.
Look, wait, hold the phone, because I want to say something kind of nice for once in my life.
Okay.
I think playing Snyder would just be hilarious. I think it would be jolly for me to watch that go down. However, I want you guys to play Shazam, because we owe Shazam a much better match than what they got out of us last time, and you two can do it, and that's what I want to see. I want them to get the match that they deserved last time, and I want us to take that belt back from them. So
Jen,
that's what I want.
Last question for you. I mean, look, last season you were in last place, and you clawed your way back. And I feel like we're starting to see that momentum start happening for you guys again this season. So how optimistic are you, especially after today's match?
I'm a realist, but I'm also a feisty broad, so, you know.
No argument here. Anyways, congratulations, guys, on a fantastic victory. And best of luck to you against team to be named later.
Ben sucks. Bye. Loser.
So clearly, Shannon not holding back any punches against Ben Bateman, and you know Ben Bateman is no dummy. Ben Bateman knows what's coming when this is what he does. A lot of times he's on the winning side of it, so he's able to kind of smirk and laugh. And today, he didn't have a great round one, and honestly, we haven't seen him have a round one like this in years. And I think that it's just one of those times that they came back fighting, and that's the reason why they were 3-0. It's the reason why they made it through that tournament. Is once that hiccup happened in the first round, that was it. They came back and they were fighting, but that was tough to come back from.
Yeah, Christian, and look, it is actually, in a way, and not the way that Danger Zone would have liked, it's a huge compliment to the combined power of those teammates that Corruption is so happy about the win today, that Shannon is celebrating out of her mind. It's because Danger Zone is such a formidable foe, and so that's not going to help Bateman and Merle sleep tonight, but what will is that they know what they're capable of, and heck, we saw it in round 2 and round 3 today, and so they're not going anywhere. They haven't fallen off the map. They're still well on the radar and a threat to win any team's match they have.
Yeah, well, they're 3-1, and they're right still in the thick of it. I mean, they're not a lot of teams that are 3-1 at all. I would assume that their next match would come against Final Exam or someone of that ilk. So this is an interesting turn of events here today. Corruption taking the victory, and now we're going to throw to the dungeon and Danger Zone, who is with Jen Sturger.
There we go. Be right back.
Hey, Jen, how are you?
Probably better than you guys are feeling right now, especially having watched Corruption's interview, I'm sure. Ben, look, what happened today? It didn't feel like the typical Bateman performance that we're used to, and so I just kind of have to, I guess I have to start there. Like, did you just kind of get in your own head?
I mean, round one wasn't our day today, unfortunately. It wasn't my day today. I think Christian just said it a second ago. It's been a couple years since I had a bad round one. But it is what it is. It happens. You play a lot of matches and you win a lot of matches, and every once in a while, it doesn't come up your way that day. So we did the best we could. I think we knew after round one it was going to be a fight. We knew we had to push them to their 5. It's exactly what we did. We got every single point we could after a tough start, and we'll look back at this one as one we wish we had gotten back, but you can't really study for a bad round one. It encompasses every single question ever, and if your average is 7 or 8 or whatever it is, like, if you get a bad set, you get a bad set. We should have done better. We didn't.
So I'd ask if you respect Kalinowski now, but I feel like that answer still is not going to have changed much.
Well, he likes to say, I have no respect. That's his words. When I go on my show and I say that he's the second greatest player of all time, and that comes out of my mouth, I think that's giving the man respect. He went on a tirade because I said that Corruption was an overperforming team, because when Mike gets 6 points in round one, it's a field day, because he isn't a very good singles and teams player. He's quoting the time he beat me 2 years ago. That was the last time he did anything in singles. I have all the respect in the world for what he's accomplished. Otherwise, I wouldn't say that. But for whatever reason, these guys decided to really pile on. And I'll tell you something, Jen. I'm always going to play my game when I'm in a match. Every time, always. But this guy that I play with, he doesn't deserve that. He plays the game with class. So, come at me. Everybody. Do what you got to do.
Well, but I got to say something, because it goes even to the questions that we get after the match. And it's no offense. I think it's just because Ben, you know, he is Ben. We all know who Ben is. We know the way he approaches a match. It's different than I am. But, like, even the questions they get, everyone dogpiling on Ben. So this wasn't a Ben Bateman performance. I think we had about equal first rounds. It wasn't like I aced the first round. Go back and look at round 2. Ben was driving the ship. Go back and look at round 3. Who pulled the 5? It wasn't me. It was Ben. And I feel like people go after Ben because he makes himself a big target. But the fact of the matter is that today's loss is on both of us. It's not on him. It's on me and him, because I also had the worst round 1 that I can remember. And those were some tough questions. Those were tough. But you know what? I'm going to draw, you know, the line I'm going to draw between me and the team that beat us before, which is Rushmore. There's also a member of that team that aced that round, which means those questions weren't quite as tough for him. So hats off to Chance for going perfect, because that's a tough round 1. I'm not going to sit here and blame tough questions. I probably should have gotten those. Or you know what? Maybe I just didn't know him, because today I just didn't know him. But I get it. I get that Ben is a big target, but at the same time, we are a team. It is not, you know, an individual game, and we're just playing next to each other. So we win together, we lose together. And so I'm not telling people not to come after Ben. I'm saying come after both of us, because this is on both of our shoulders.
And Jen, here's the deal. We joined the dungeon for one reason and one reason only, and that was to win a team championship. We started 3-1, didn't go our way today. It's the same goal that it was when we started. We're still going to get the team championship. We're still going to get the faction championship. You're looking at the singles champion right now. I'm planning on mowing my way through the competition to play this guy, to test that might one more time. And that's what it is. That's what the season's about. So when you lose a match and people want to pile on and Shannon wants to wear her crown and Mike wants to eat his lollipop, go for it, guys. Have fun. Everybody talks when they win. We're just going to keep fighting.
Kaiser, you're surprisingly quiet right now. Do you have anything to add?
You know, sticks and stones may break our bones, and that's when I come back with a tank. That's when I come back with a vengeance. So let me tell you something, Corruption. You get homeowners insurance for that crap shack in Arlington Heights that you and the rest of those cockroaches in that faction live in. Okay? Ben Bateman is a champion, a singles champion. Chance isn't. Ben Bateman is a singles champion. Mike Kalinowski isn't. So Ben Bateman is our team captain, and our team will look to Ben Bateman for leadership to turn this slump around. I got the GOAT, I got the boss, and I got the best friends in the league. And I'll tell you what, every great team hits a rough spot. Nobody wins them all except that lucky Dolphins team back in 70 whatever. I don't remember. But the point is this. We are still #1 in the standings, and we will be #1 at the end of the season. Now, Jen, we got to get better. Okay? We got to get better. Congratulations to Chance, played his butt off, had a damn good game. But let me tell you something. We got to get better. If we want to hang with teams like that, if we want to beat teams like that, if we want to put belts around our waist, we got to get better. That's on us. It ain't on nobody else. And we're going to do it. And we're going to do it. I believe in these guys.
Well, Dan, any final words? Obviously, just I look to you because honestly, you can put even a loss into such eloquent terms. Where do you guys go from here? Obviously, you have such a strong start, and this is just a simple, hurdle that you guys just weren't able to overcome today. So it's like, what next?
We go forward. I mean, this isn't the end of the season. No. This isn't Schmoedown Spectacular. We're in Act 2. We're in Act 2 of this season. We're barely into Act 2. We go forward. We keep going. A great story. Your heroes don't win in Act 2. They win in Act 3. And, I'm 1-4 against Corruption. I'm very, very, very aware of that. The waves of my team's career keep breaking against the shores of Corruption, but I don't care. If I have to throw myself against that wall 10 times, if I have to throw it 9 more, if I lose 9 more times, but I take the belt off their shoulder, because you know what? 4 losses, I will tell you that one win where we walked away with the belts that were on their shoulders was sweeter than 40 losses against Corruption. So if we have to face Corruption again, so be it. I'm happy to. I'm happy for the opportunity. We're going to come back. We're going to come back stronger. We're a better team today than we were when we started the tournament, a month ago. We're going to be a better team the next time we play. We're going to be a better team than that at the end of this season. We're 3-1. We have a great team, a great combination. It wasn't our day. It happens. We're not going to get all down and out. We're not going to talk about, oh, did we make a mistake? I know I didn't make a mistake. And I will tell you this, I can promise you, I think you probably would have seen those 3 little letters, TKO, if I were playing this game with John Roca instead of Ben Bateman, because I have no faith that that cowboy would have gotten us as close as we got today. So I am not shaken one iota in the confidence of this team, and I am anxious to go back into a tournament because guess what? Unlike when we went into the first team's tournament, this one that just ended, now I know I can win one, and I can win it with Ben Bateman.
Well, tough loss today, guys, but
and make sure you know, Jen, did I ever tell you the story about how Mike Kalinowski reminds me of a brown-billed duck?
No.
Now you see a brown-billed duck.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Back.
All right. So obviously, passionate, upset. You can tell. Strong words by both Ben Bateman and Dan Murrell here today. And Dan saying, that it was that one victory. I think that's what keeps him going against Corruption. But Corruption gets the victory here today. It was a lot of words, a lot of bad blood, and it results in a match for the ages here as Corruption defeats Danger Zone, who did not go quietly into the night, not by a long shot. They fought all the way back after that tough first round, going perfect in the second round, going perfect in the third round, but ultimately losing to Corruption by that 5-point deficit. Chance Ellison is the story. Mike Kalinowski, yes, he played great tonight. Mike Kalinowski is coming off of a third title match, and Mike Kalinowski is one of the best players in the game. But Chance Ellison is still in a very young stage in his young career, and look at what he did here again tonight. He came in as a phenom. He has proven why he has got that moniker. This kid is the goods. He is a great player. He continues to show why he is a fantastic player, and if we did this, I believe he'd be the MVP for tonight.
He was perfect today, Christian, and a lot like that, it was 1972 Dolphin team, Kaiser. We don't talk about that in my household, but for Chance, he didn't have to carry Mike today. Mike did just fine on his own, but it also showed the formidability of a team where you can't really count either member out. The same could be said for Danger Zone, Christian. If we walked into this match, we both knew they were going to hit their respective 5-pointers. We're just prepping for sudden death. Did not quite go that way today, but this is probably not the last that you've heard of these two teams. And we leave this match and look forward towards next match with more questions and answers. And I mean that, yes, very literally. We don't know who's going to emerge. At least I don't as of right now. I don't think Christian does. Will there be a dry green screen by the time we come back? A lot is going to be answered in the next hour and a half, I would say.
That's right. The title match is coming up, and they will be facing whoever they might be tonight at the end. They will be facing Corruption in a month. Because of the way the title picture has been pushed back, it was supposed to happen last month, they're going to be playing fairly soon against Corruption. So Mike Kalinowski, Chance Ellison, Corruption does it, and we will be back after this 5-minute intermission, and we'll be back with that title match. Mark, see you in a bit, bud.
Okay, great intermission. I'm going to use this time to pause the video and charge my headphones a bit so they won't go out in the middle of the match. In any case, I got 8 questions correct in this match, and I couldn't be happier with the victory for Corruption. So see you guys in the main event. See you in a bit. Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.